Hey guys, so Toyota Malaysia has just introduced the new 4th generation Vios, and we know it's going to be a hugely popular car. The Vios is one of those very well-loved cars in Malaysia because it just offers a simple recipe that checks all the boxes. It combines good looks, decent looks, a comfortable interior, a reliable powertrain, fuel efficiency, which is basically all you need for your day-to-day run around. But now in its 4th generation form, it's just so much more better, guys. I just got down reviewing the car, and I'm going to add a link to my review somewhere at the top of the screen over here, so do check out that video if you want an in-depth look at the new 4th generation Toyota Vios. But in this video, I want to tell you more about the Vios versus this car, the Honda City, which was introduced about 2 years ago, and it basically does everything that the Toyota Vios does, except it does it with the Honda badge. So who does it better? Well, it's going to be hard to actually explain that because Toyota Malaysia has made the City available for us to review, for us to drive back to back with the new Toyota Vios. However, this is not the top of the line spec. This is the S-Spec, which basically means that it's not a very fair comparison. However, the dimensions remain the same, the overall design of the car remains the same, and I just want to basically show you how both the cars look like when they're parked next to each other, the interior and such. So come with me and I'll show you the exact difference between both the cars. Hey guys, we'd just like to take a couple of seconds to tell you about the BH Petrol's loyalty program. Now this is unlike any other loyalty program out there because it does not require you to carry the card. That is simply very hard to find, especially when you need it the most. Now with BH Petrol, all you need to do is download an application, go to BH Petrol, pour your petrol, take a receipt and simply scan it with your application. You get 1 e-point for every litre that you pour. So the next time you're at BH Petrol, be sure to download the BH Petrol Loyalty Program application and you can immediately start to collect your points and later redeem it for the many rewards that they have. Now in terms of visual appeal, I think it's quite obvious, and it's that the Honda City looks dated already. Now this is a design that was introduced about 2 years ago, and keep in mind that this is also the entry-level S-Spec, so you do not get things like the fog lights, you get halogen headlamps, and basically, you know, a lot of plastic panels around here. But even so, even the top of the line V-Spec is roughly basically about the same design. The Vios though, now this looks fresh. This looks like it just came out of the oven. Now this is also the only model that runs in the segment, if I'm not mistaken, that runs on 17-inch wheels. Obviously a much better looking design, and when parked next to each other, even though the City is dimensionally the bigger car over here when compared to the Vios actually looks quite big. Now adding to that visual drama is this large gaping grille. Now this just makes it look like a very big car, and just from the side here, just see how it has this almost vertical like grille over here. Now of course this is the top of the line model G-Spec, so you also get things like this lip, you also get things like this LED headlamps together with DRLs, and these fins are actually functional. This goes all the way back and come out through here, and this just enhances the aerodynamic efficiency of the Vios. The City doesn't get any of that, even in V-Spec model. Now the S-Spec unfortunately runs on 15-inch wheels, but the V-Spec gets 16-inch wheels, still an inch lower than the Vios G-Spec. Now let's take a look at the back. So again, the City already looks tired, the design looks like in need of an urgent update, and basically quite simple. Now the Vios, now this looks nice. It has this lip, it has this fin over here that's meant to reduce air turbulence at the back of the car to improve efficiency again. It has a functioning rear diffuser, and well, the exhaust pipe is hidden underneath for cleaner overall design. Now you also, in terms of design, you get this twin shoulder lines over here that basically just adds to the premiumness of the Vios. Now let's just take another look to the design of both the cars. Vios is a much better looking car in this aspect, I think. The visual drama, I mean, it's just fresh out of the oven, right? So in terms of design, it's quite a nice looking car. City, well, it was nice until the Vios came out. Now let's take a look at the inside of the car. Well, again, this is the Honda City, this is the S-Spec model, so you do not get things like leather seat and such, but the V-Spec model has some of the best seats that I've sat on. They come with full leather. Now this S-Spec, you get these fabric seats, they look cheap, but it's not a fair comparison over here, but just saying that the V model has better seats, full leather, and is a direct comparison to the Vios G-Spec. So, but other than that, the overall layout remains the same, right? So you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but unfortunately it's wired. It's not unlike the it's not like the Vios where you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's a different thing altogether. So, and then you get these 3 air conditioning dials. You get 2 USB ports. Now keep in mind that the Honda City comes with 2 USB ports. That's an important feature. You get basically the a physical handbrake over here and analog dials. Now the back seat of the Honda City, well, there's a huge amount of difference here when you compare it to the Toyota Vios, and the most obvious difference is the amount of headroom that you get. Now the Toyota Vios has a fastback design, and when you have a fastback design, one of the major sacrifices that you have to make is headspace because you have a sloping roof. But the Honda City doesn't have that, so you get more headroom over here, and basically I feel a lot more comfortable sitting in the Honda City. It feels a lot more spacious, feels like there's a lot more light coming in, and on that topic I feel there's more leg room as well. Somehow I feel more comfortable sitting in the Honda City than in the back seat of the Toyota Vios. And you also get, just like the Toyota Vios, you also get your own air conditioning vents. However, in the S-Spec you do not get USB ports. I can't remember whether the V-Spec offers USB ports for the backseat passengers, but feels a lot more comfortable in the backseat of the Honda City. Now let's go check out the Vios. Now as soon as you sit in the Toyota Vios, it feels like night and day, because the Vios is obviously the newer car, so the interior feels a lot more refreshed, feels a lot newer, and feels a lot premium as well. You know, I mean, look at this, look at the steering wheel, you know, the stitching, the soft touch leather, the seats. Obviously these are leather clad seats, but check out the width of the seat. The seats of the Vios are more comfortable than the seats of the City. That I have to give it to the Vios. Even the overall design, this 9-inch screen, you know, you get a 7-inch all digital display over here for the meter panel. It just feels a lot more premium as compared to the City. Obviously the City is already 2 years old now, but when it comes to quality, refinement and fitting, I feel like the Vios has an upper hand over the City. Obviously this is not an apple-to-apple comparison. I have to say that over and over again. That is the S-Spec, this is the G-Spec, this is the top of the line model, that is the entry-level model. So in that sense, again, not an apple-to-apple comparison, but the overall design remains the same. So you get this leather-clad steering wheel, you get leather all over, you get, you know, a cup holder here, you get a cup holder here, and more importantly, you get wireless Apple CarPlay, you get this 9-inch screen. I have my cable fitted here for charging, but it also comes with a wireless charger over here. You get an electronic parking brake, but I think the V-Spec of the Honda City also has an electronic parking brake. So unfortunately, can't get my hands on the V-Spec for the Honda City at the moment, but this should give you the overall an overall understanding of the interior of the City versus the Toyota Vios. Now let's go check out the back seats. Now there's actually a huge amount of difference when it comes to the back seats of the Vios, and when compared to the Honda City, I mean, okay, it does not feel like there's a lot of light entering here as compared to the Honda City. So when there's not enough of light entering, it feels a little bit more claustrophobic. And see what I mean? There's not a lot of headroom over here as compared to the Honda City, but this is a sacrifice that the Toyota designers had to do because of the fastback design of the Toyota Vios. But besides that though, the seats, I feel like the Honda seats are slightly more reclined as compared to the Toyota Vios, but you also do get your own air conditioning vents, and you get Type C and Type A USB ports over there. But full credit to Toyota, because they thought about giving each passenger his own or her own cup holder. So that's an important feature to have. I think that's a nice touch for the Toyota Vios. You also need to know that the Vios has a higher center console when compared to the Honda City, and it also has this raised armrest over here. Actually not really a deal breaker, but it does compromise on the amount of legroom that you get in the Toyota Vios, and Toyota sort of knows that, and that's why they included this soft leather over here to sort of rest your knee against, so that you know you're not banging up against hard plastics. Not really a big deal, but it does sort of make the amount of legroom that you have a little bit tighter as compared to the Honda City. There's also a lot of difference as far as the engines are concerned. Now, both cars are powered by 1.5 litre engines, but of course this, you have the iVTEC technology, and in the Toyota you have the dual VVTi technology. Now in the Toyota you get 106 PS and 138 Newton meters of torque. However, in the City you get 121 PS and over 145 Newton meters of torque. Now the City is obviously the more powerful car over here. It also has a higher top speed. The City tops out at 195 kilometers per hour, whereas the Toyota tops out at 180 kilometers per hour. But that's not a lot when it comes to, you know, you shouldn't really be pushing both these cars to its top speed anyway. But yes, the Honda City has a higher top speed. However, the Toyota is 110 kgs lighter than the City. So that gives it better fuel efficiency, and even though it's down on power, it actually has the same acceleration figure as the Honda City. Higher top speed, lower power, but the same acceleration figure. So go figure. In terms of fuel efficiency, both cars are roughly about the same. I don't have that figure with me now. That needs a direct apple-to-apple comparison. But at this moment, the City produces more power, but the Toyota Vios matches it in terms of acceleration simply because it is a full 110 kilograms lighter. That's quite a bit. Now, in terms of boot space, the City has about 520 liters of boot space as compared to the Toyota Vios, which has 475 liters. But even so, for some reason, the way the Vios is packaged, it seems like the Vios has most boot space. It has a full 5 liters more than the model it replaces, the 3rd generation model. So there you have it then, guys. Just a quick comparison of the new Toyota Vios against the Honda City, the S-Spec. So again, the Honda City S-Spec is the entry-level model to the Honda City, where else this is the G-Spec, which is the top of the line of the Toyota Vios. So this is just a quick comparison video meant to just give you a rough guide of how the Toyota Vios stacks up against the Honda City. Thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing.